2021 was a super polarized year. Either it was very good or like utter shit, but we are not here to talk about my mental health. Instead, I want something more positive. Despite everything that happened this year, I played a lot of games, so I wanted to give a look back to all the new experiences I tried. I'm not just limiting myself to games that release in 2021. I'm going for everything I tried. You will see a ton of games I made videos of, but some others I was able to try during my free time. So let's look at the games I played in 2021 and why you should play them. If we are going in order, it's only natural I start with... Hades was a fucking blast! Roguelike is a genre I'm not very fond of because I don't like dying and losing all my progress. But Hades made me find some appreciation for it. This is a game that made me feel I was constantly growing and learning. Every death served to make the next run even more fun. And despite its random nature, it was exhilarating to try new sets and bring out the best of the skills I was given. Hades also impressed me because more than just being fun, it also delivered an incredibly memorable story full of colorful characters that are just so likable. Except Theseus. Fuck this guy. At this point I'm afraid to try other roguelikes, because if I put Hades as a standard, it might be unfair for those games. I'm kidding, of course. I'm willing to try more down the road, but fuck! That game was just that good! Unlike the next one. Balan Wonderworld, more like Wonder Cringe. Woo! I don't like to judge games I didn't even finish. I was only interested in this game because of Yuji Naka, and Balan Wonderworld blew me away with how unfun it was. And I'm saying that from a demo experience. This game was slow, incredibly restrictive, had a lot of useless costumes, and this might be my fault for playing the Switch version, but it performed like utter shit, and almost every single friend who played this told me it didn't get any better from the demo. Fun fact, I was planning to make a review on it, but when I saw it being sold at full retail price, I said, nah, I'm good, thank you. I'm open to the idea of my mind changing if I ever get to play the whole game. But the demo was so painfully boring, I had to give it a spotlight on this video. No! Monster fucking Rise is without a doubt the game I played the most in 2021. My Switch stats said so, and for a good reason. This game was a major improvement over World, a game that I already liked actually. It was faster, it controlled better, and it was so fucking fun! The new wirebug mechanic was an incredible introduction that motivated me to try more weapons, and the open areas were very nice to explore. I know some people didn't like the number of monsters being less this time, but I can at least justify it by the huge variety of concepts. You have your cool dinosaurs as usual, but there was also new shit like a swamp platypus or a bright spider. The main problem is that the game was abandoned by Capcom super fast. I was excited for all the new stuff to come, and while we got more monsters, the updates suddenly stopped aside from adding a few costumes. But hey, if you look at it this way, that speaks lengths of how fun the game is. I love my time with it so much, I wanted more content. Unfortunately, Capcom fucked up there, so maybe the upcoming expansion can fix that. Regardless, Monster Hunter Rise is a wonder of a game. One you should definitely play with some friends to enhance the experience. I don't know if you guys knew this, but my favorite puzzle game of all time is Picross. I started with Pokemon Picross on the 3DS, which made me instantly fall in love with the concept. I've gone on to play the Zelda Twilight Princess one from my Nintendo Rewards, and I was able to try a more classic one with Mario Picross on the SNES. But this year, I tried something new for me. Picross 3D is a game that released many years ago on the DS, and it felt so fresh for me. By adding a new dimension, it delivered more challenges and put a twist on how I solved these puzzles. It was a small change that gave me a ton of fun hours. By any means, if you still haven't tried it, give Picross a chance, you'll be surprised at how addicting it can be. Fire Emblem Thracia 776 is a fucking nightmare. This game is incredibly difficult, is very easy to get softlocked, has ridiculously long maps, and will put every possible odds against you. And I still liked it! I don't want to sound like a gatekeeper. But Thracia is not a game for everyone. This is a game that will test all your knowledge on Fire Emblem. It will make you plan on the long run, make you think twice on how you spend every single resource you have, will force you to take incredibly risky tactics in order to barely stand a chance, and on top of that, you're dealing with an SNES game. That means all those fancy quality of life changes we have nowadays are nowhere to be seen. I really like Thracia, I had fun, but I won't deny it's exhausting and stressful at the same time. If you enjoy pain, and love Fire Emblem like I do, by any means, give it a shot. Metroid Other M is... This is a game I avoided for so many years and I only give it a chance because I'm a massive Metroid fan, and I wanted to have my own opinion on it. So after playing it, yep, nothing really changed. Other M was exactly what I expected it to be, and that's not exactly a good thing. This story is unbearably awful, Samus's character was embarrassing to look at, the game is extremely linear, and while the gameplay is the best part about it, it's still okay at best since it becomes repetitive fast and it's incredibly easy to break, even when you're not trying. I go more in depth on that video I made if you're curious, so just to move on, Other M was a game I played and experienced. It wasn't the worst shit ever, but it's easily one of the most mediocre games I played in my whole life. But hey, at least Anthony was a likable character, so that's something.
Remember me?
One Piece Pirate Warriors 3 has a fun story on how I got to play it. It was on sale on Steam, and I posted a photo of a dog saying, "Buy me One Piece Pirate Warriors 3 on Steam with 85% off right now." And 5 minutes later, there it was, on my library. And what can I say? Pirate Warriors 3 is definitely a Muso game. It's so fun beating legions of soldiers with my favorite characters, and this game did not disappoint in that regard. It was such a good time seeing all these One Piece characters I love going all out with their unique abilities that have so much personality. All that while kick-ass music plays in the background. I'm serious, the soundtrack of this game makes for great workout music. This is a game I only played because I like to turn my brain off at times and because One Piece has become a huge piece of media in my life. Nah, who am I kidding? I only played this game so I could find more excuses to shit on Fire Emblem Warriors for failing to have a diverse cast and good fan service. God, I fucking hate Fire Emblem Warriors. What you should do is get into One Piece and then play Pirate Warriors 3. It's really fucking fun. The way I see it, it's a win-win situation. Yakuza Like a Dragon is so fucking good! My video on it will let you know how I feel about it, but to sum it up, Like a Dragon is a surprisingly good JRPG. You couldn't expect some guys known for mostly making 3D beat-em ups to jump into a different genre and do it right. But they fucking did! What is most impressive is how they seamlessly blended together the essence of Yakuza games with Dragon Quest, which gives Like a Dragon a unique identity. And not just that, Like a Dragon also sports a very solid story and a fresh new cast of likable characters. Ichiban Kasuga, take my word on this, he's going to become one of your favorite video game protagonists, just like he did with me. It's not perfect, I even say that on the title of the video I made, but it's insane how ridiculously good it is. Pokemon Unite is the closest I'll ever get to play League of Legends, and that was still enough to make me hate life. Jokes aside, I wasn't expecting anything about this, but I honestly had some fun. It's quite exhilarating at times, I like to play with some friends as we work together and clutch victories at the last possible second. I don't see myself dedicating more time to it than I need to, but I'll give it credit for keeping me more entertained than the mainline games have in recent years. That's not saying a lot, I know, but it's not like I have high expectations at this point. Travis Strikes Again No More Heroes is a game I will defend until the day I die. Yeah, gameplay wise it's super simple and can get a bit repetitive, but it's really fun, especially with a friend. And not just that, it excels on every other department. The presentation is incredible, the writing is crazy good, the game overflows with so much style and personality while carrying that unique Suda51 style, and the music is... Okay, no need to do the same joke a third time. Nah, fuck it, it deserves it. a game I recommend you to jump straight into it. At minimum I suggest to play No More Heroes 1 and 2 beforehand, and maybe learn a bit about Goichi Suda to really appreciate Travis Strikes Again. It's different, but a good kind of different. AM2R, another Metroid 2 remake. This was a video I wanted to do for a long time, and I don't regret putting effort on it. Not just because it was a success for my channel standards, but because it finally gave me an excuse to play AM2R, and I loved it! This game was the result of the immense passion that one person had for the franchise, and it shows in every bit of it. From the incredible controls, the intense battles, the beautiful atmosphere, and even the little details like entry logs and redesigned areas, AM2R is a delight that any Metroid fan should play. It can easily score high in one of your favorite games in the series. Now again, is it better than Samus Returns? That's what you should see for yourself on my video. Deltarune Chapter 2 was a game that made me think. How can Toby Fox surpass this? And I'm dead fucking serious! This game is insane in every aspect! Its story, its characters, and its unique sense of humor. Deltarune Chapter 2 was an adventure that filled me with so many emotions, and I didn't want it to end. It has a charm and uniqueness that no matter how many games have tried to imitate it since Undertale, they just can't be matched. More than a game, it's an experience you absolutely have to try, and I shake with excitement just imagining how the other parts will be. I just hope we don't have to wait 2 more years like the last time. Metroid Dread. Metroid Dread. Metroid Dread. 2 months already passed, and I still can't believe it happened. Metroid is a franchise I can't find words to express my love for it. I waited so long, I lost hope, at many times it was renewed, and Dread was a game that made me look back at all the time and made me say it was worth it. Dread is everything I hope it will be and then some. I can almost call it a perfect game because I genuinely can't find much ground with it. It has perfect controls, an incredible atmosphere, a simple yet memorable story, excellent pacing, and it's much more than that. Every single time I remember this game exists, I just smile and I get emotional because it was a dream come true. It was way better than I hope it will be, and that means so much to me. It's a joy I can't describe, and I love Metroid. What else can I say? Dread was so perfect I still can't believe it's real. I can't recommend it enough. Please, if you have yet to play it, give it a shot. You won't regret it. No More Heroes 3 was batshit insane. It was full of flaws and had a terrible performance. Yet, it was so fucking fun! To not repeat myself, No More Heroes 3 has all the strengths from Travis Strikes Again, but also has its sound walls. Just like TSA, it's not perfect, but I believe it's easier to digest for the average player. It's fun, rewarding, tense, and above all, it's hilarious as fuck! It delivered incredible music, a fun story, and ridiculously good boss battles. No More Heroes 3 overflows with that essence that makes Suda51 games what they are.
Let me pick you up, little guy.
Oof.
Warioware get it together. This is one of those franchises you know they can't fuck up. Except for that one time they did. But luckily, Get It Together was a great time, and what can I say you don't know already? These games are known for its speed and quirky humor. I personally thought the new gimmick of having a lot of characters with unique abilities made the microgames more engaging. This honestly made the game a bit unbalanced, as some characters are clearly more capable of winning certain microgames than others. But that was part of the fun. WarioWare Get It Together was varied, unique, and ridiculously fun. Play this with a friend and the experience becomes 1,000 times better. Also, Penny's theme is better than Ashley's. There was no need to say that, but I did. Mario Party Superstars is a game that fully relies on nostalgia, and it's easily the best Mario Party we've gotten in years. 9 introduced that shitty car nobody liked, 10 was another disgusting pile of shit me and my friends couldn't believe how awful it was, I don't know a single person who played the 3DS once, and Super Mario Party was good, but still very lacking. Superstars keeps things simple, charming and varied by bringing some of the best aspects of all their titles. The minigame selection is incredible, they really pick a ton of fan favorites. I only wish they had added more boards and the roster wasn't so bare bones. But regardless, Mario Party Superstars is a welcome return to formula that does its job well. Nier Replicant. I don't know where to begin. I just don't know how to describe this game. I was a huge fan of 2017's Automata. I went in for obvious reasons. At first I was having fun with this cool action game, but delving deeper, I found an emotional and gripping narrative that I couldn't compare to anything else. Nier Replicant did the exact same thing to me. This always had me feeling something, but how it achieves that is what makes it so good. It's not a game I can tell you about. You have to play it and see for yourself. The cast of characters is charming, the story is emotional, the narrative is crude, yet so real and confident, and the soundtrack is immaculate. Every song is so different and enjoyable. Not to mention, the game is still very fun in the gameplay department. I can't do it enough justice to tell you how incredible it is in one small section. A game like this deserves much more than that, so I'll just put it like this. If Metroid Dread hadn't released this year, Nier Replicant would have been my game of the year. And I'm not kidding. It's a masterpiece, one that I'll remember for a very long time. Walk into it with an open mind, and you'll understand why Yoko Taro is one of the most unique game directors out there. Shin Megami Tensei 5. I literally just made a video about it, so I'll just give you the quick rundown. SMT5 is incredible from a pure gameplay standpoint, but it falls short in its story, characters and world building. The performance leaves a lot to be desired and a few areas suffer from a number of design problems. But trust me, that won't matter because the gameplay is so enjoyable! Exploring the world, fusing demons, building teams, and take down bosses is ridiculously fun! SMT5 isn't just a good game. It's also a great starting point if you want to get into the series.
Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne.
I wanted to play this game for years, and well, I can't say I didn't get what I expected. Nocturne lived up to its reputation and gave me an adventure that was tough and very punishing. Even though I played the HD remaster, it's obvious that this game is a product from the PS2 era. So more than difficulty, I also had to deal with the bullshit design of those times without the conveniences future games implemented. That doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it, but it got me a few grey hairs and it was a bit cryptic at times.
Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne
isn't something I can recommend to anyone. Just like Thracia, I think it's better if you dip your toes in other SMT games before you give this one a shot. But trust me, it's worth it. Oh, crítico, crítico, crítico! ¡Oh, no manches! 2021 was a weird year because the first half didn't offer much, but that gave me an opportunity to try new stuff. But after that it was a banger after a banger after a banger. And I didn't even mention the games I replayed this year, like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Banjo-Kazooie, Metroid Fusion, Samus Returns, and many more. See, this is why I always encourage people to try new stuff, because look at all the games I played this year and I love almost all of them. And I always recommend people to expand their horizons, because you just never know when you'll find that new game that will shake you to your core and will become a new favorite of yours. So take that in mind. Anyway, thank you for watching this 2021 Game Shelf recap. And if you want to tell me what did you play this year, I'll be in the comments checking them out. And thank you for watching the video. If you want to support the channel, you know how to do it. Patreon, Patreon, Patreon. And I wish you a wonderful 2022. You guys are the best, and I mean it. Thank you for making 2021 another wonderful year. So take care, and I'll see you next time.